Kieran, as Academy Manager, must have been a very proud night for you last night in the leasing.com trophy to see so many of your graduates involved.
Yeah, it was a great night. Brilliant night for the Academy programme. Brilliant night for, obviously for the players, most importantly for their families, all the staff that have had so much involvement with these youngsters over the years. I mean, 3 of them have been sort of here since under 9, so many staff have been involved in their development. It's just a very proud night for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, Harrison Burrows and Carl Barker have been in and around the first team, but obviously they were sort of senior players, as it were, certainly in terms of the young bunch last night, and you must be pleased how their development continues to grow.
Absolutely. I was in the dressing room before the game, and I was saying to Joe Wardy looked like one of the oldest players in there last night. It was really good to see, and you look at Harrison, you look at Carl, and they're getting to the stage where they look really comfortable in that environment, which is all credit to them and to the opportunities and the belief that the staff and the manager have in them. But they look really at home in that environment.
Yeah, Sam Cartwright as well obviously played the first 45 minutes, and again, someone who probably gets a little bit overlooked because he's been out on loan and what have you, but another one that's come through your
Absolutely,
system.
Came through. Remember Sam when he came in as I think it was under 13, and he's done really well this season in the games that he's played, and so the Arsenal game last night, 23 games, he's done well. Been really pleased with what he's been doing.
Obviously, Bobby Coppin came on in a preordained substitution at half time, as always planned. Obviously, the injury to Ward meant it was 2, but in terms of Bobby Coppin, as I say, he sort of stands out a little bit, not just because of his hair, but obviously the way he likes to play, he likes to sort of play out from the back, and I guess it's all a learning curve, isn't it, in that kind of environment?
Yeah, he's very composed, Bobby. He's got a real confidence in himself, which is great. Listen, he got caught once last night, but that won't stop Bobby from doing it. It's just a question of just learning when's the right time. But we're not going to stop him from playing like that. That's how we want to play. That's how we want our defenders to play when we're in possession. It's really important to us all. That obviously that's instilled in everybody from the manager. So we're not going to stop him doing that. It's just like I say, it's just learning for him. But I thought he looked really composed last night.
90 minutes for Ricky J. Jones, and a goal on his debut. I suppose he's probably dreamt about that for the last year, 2 years. Probably 10 years.
Probably for longer. He's not stopped talking about it this morning, which is, to be fair, that's great, though, isn't it? That just shows Ricky's enthusiasm for the game. He just thoroughly enjoyed it. Really, really good.
Yeah. What do you think to his knee slide?
No comment.
But as I say, for Ricky, because everyone's been talking about it, it's very easy. You can kind of go under with all that expectation and the hype and the talk and all that kind of stuff. But he seems, as you spoke before, a grounded lad, and that goal shouldn't affect him.
No, it won't. It won't affect him. I have so much confidence in saying that it won't affect him. He's just got a natural enthusiasm for life. Really, I'll be honest with you, as well as football, just for life. He's just the way he is. What he is. He's just enthusiastic, almost happy-go-lucky. You can see he's had a tremendous upbringing. He's got some really good values, and then he's got people around him. I think I said it before. Matty and Simon do some great work with that group as a whole, day in, day out, and obviously the experiences they had, sort of in terms of expectations of them as younger players. They're providing some really good guidance.
Obviously at half time there was a second change because Joe Ward obviously went off injured, and a great opportunity for 16-year-old Benjamin Mensah, who probably, most people aside from his family would probably be thinking, okay, we don't know too much about this kid, we've not seen him, and probably, in my opinion anyway, second half was one of the standout performers.
I thought Benji did really well. He's got a lot of good attributes, Benji, and he's another one. I think the gaffer said last night again about attitude and willingness to learn, and he really epitomises that. He's so happy, always smiling, wants to learn, wants to be the best he can, wants to soak up information. And last night he's come on. He's quick, he's aggressive. He was good on the ball last night. Really pleased with how he did. Really, really.
He obviously came out nerveless as well, which again probably didn't expect to get on because of the situation. You look as a defender and think potentially you're just going to be an unused sub, but he was ready and it didn't look like it fazed him at all. No,
not at all. No, I mean, I'm sure there would have been some nerves at half time when he got the call, but he coped with it really, really well. But again, I've said before and I'll keep saying it, the environment that we've got here, day in, day out, they see it as a genuine opportunity. They've got first team staff who really believe in them, that work with them every day. They see them around the place, they know their names, they speak to them, they coach them. We've got a squad of 20 players who could play youth team football this year. 11 of those have been involved in first team games this year. It's, you know, four or five of them made debuts. It's an unbelievable stat, and knowing the gaffer as I do, he wouldn't play him. He wouldn't have put Benji on last night if he didn't believe in Benji, and that's really, really important for everybody to, all the players to understand that. He'll play them because he believes in them, and I think that rubs off on them, which is great.
Yeah. Archie Jones came on as well, another
Yeah.
that's been here since 9 years old and got really stuck in midfield, and that's what you want from a midfielder.
He's a great character, Archie. You know, and it is. You know, midfield players have to be aggressive. They have to press. They have to win the ball back for the team, and Archie is that. He's, again, loads of enthusiasm, wants to learn, wants to be the best he can be, and he's got that character to him, you know, that real drive in him, and he wouldn't be going on the pitch thinking I'm playing against players who've got, you know, a large number of league games under the belt. He'd just go and play his game and try and impose himself the best he can in the game, and he certainly did that.
Yeah, some managers, when you speak to them after a game along that kind of competition line, and you talk about certain players, they might not know too much about those 16-year-olds or 15-year-olds. The gaffer knows everyone in the system, doesn't he?
He does, and he makes a real point of doing that. You know, it's not an accident. You know, like I say, we're in the same building. He makes a point. You know, if he sees them, he talks to them. You know, you'll see them every day. They train around the first team at least once or twice a week. He takes sessions for them. He makes a point weekly of sitting down with myself, with Matty, with Simon, going through the youth team game from the weekend. You know, the good points, the areas where we can improve. He watches their clips from the game. So he's so active. Again, that's why he can have that belief in those players, because he knows the players. He knows their strengths. He knows what they're doing to improve in the areas they need to improve, and it just gives everybody confidence. There's such a clear pathway. You know, as a young player, it must be great to be here. It really must.
Yeah, and obviously the coaches below the under-18 group, obviously some of them have been involved in the development and the progress of those sort of players, and the fact they've got to this point now is a great example to them to bring the next batch.
Absolutely, there'll be lots of coaches. There'll be coaches that are here that have worked as they've come through. There'll be coaches that aren't here anymore that work with those players, and everybody who's been involved with them should look at their time with those players with a lot of pride, because everybody plays their part. Everybody plays a part. There's no doubt about that, and like you say, that all our age group coaches now will be looking at this. I've no doubt about that, and thinking, you know, again, what a great pathway for the players, and what a great part they can play in these, you know, the next batch that will come through.